Well guys, we have made it to Devil's Den State Park. And it is absolutely beautiful here this morning. Getting ready to get the pack on and get started on this trip. That is where the trail starts, and that is where the trail ends tomorrow, approximately 15 to 17 miles later. Now we've got some cloud cover, and they're calling for a chance of rain, but I'm not going to let that stop me. We're going to cross this bridge, go over Lee's Creek, and get this trip started. See you in a little bit. Good morning, guys. We've gotten started on the trail. We are crossing the suspension bridge that starts this trail out as it goes over Lee's Creek, which we may do a creek crossing. I thought it would be worse than it is, but it's not. As you can see, when I was here this time last year, the creek was almost up to my knees. It was a lot hotter that day. So we're gonna get started. Guys, look at this beautiful waterfall. To give you some perspective on how big it is, there's some people down there. Kind of gives you an idea. It's hard to tell otherwise without giving something relative to compare it to. It's a beautiful waterfall. These are the things you get to see as soon as you start this trip. Just awesome. And we're gonna keep going that way. Look at this beautiful area. We will follow Lee's Creek here into campsite A. And campsite A, we will cross the creek. Now when I crossed this thing last year, that water was roaring. It was up to my knees. My pant legs fell down. I was wet all day. This is one of the campgrounds in this park. I don't think today we're going to get too wet. These are nice little campsites. You have bathrooms over here. Pop machine. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Right there. I haven't been in them because I haven't camped here. But we're going to go down here and cross the creek. See you in a minute. Well guys, here's where we cross. And this will be the one and only time you will cross a creek. As a matter of fact, the directions even say that if you get lost, just don't ever cross a creek. This is one of two creeks we'll see on this trip. I'll have to check the map. I don't remember the name of the other one. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit, but I think the sun's going to burn that off. Cool. Bird taking a bath. But it is humid. Every time I stop, my glasses fog up. So let's cross this thing. I'll take you with me. Like I said, if you watch my ButterField hiking trail video from last year, which 703 people have already, you remember that this water was deep and I just stepped off in it. Got a hiking stick, I'm not even using it. There we go. These rocks are kind of loose. Well, I just can't imagine hiking without a stick. I don't know if you can see the sprinkles hitting the water, but look at that view. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's get across. Well, like I was saying, when I crossed this last year, took my boots off, put on some sandals, rolled my pant legs up, got halfway across and had to quit filming because I mean it was just roaring. You couldn't even see rocks. Got halfway across, my pant legs fell. It was humid like it is now, so my pant legs never dried. We're almost to mile marker 1, and I'll see you when we start uphill. Guys, we have reached the part of the trail where it, my glasses are all fogged up, where it splits off from some other trails. That's the way we came. That goes to some primitive campgrounds. Those are a couple of other trails. Lee's Creek Trail, and I don't remember what the other trail is. But it also starts where we are going to, and sorry about that, I didn't realize I was focused in, zoomed in. See where somebody's marked it. Over the next mile and a half, we're going to gain 450 feet. Just past mile marker 2, we will come across Holt Road, or Arkansas 74, which is the road that leads into the park. We'll cross it, continue on up until we get to the top of Mount Olive, which they say is the highest point on the trail. Along this little path here, there's some old homesteads. If I remember right, there's a sign that says there's some old homesteads. an old cemetery. You know, it just looks like forest. The map doesn't really give any details about the people who lived there or when. All right, let's get going. I think I misspoke. Where we crossed Holt Road would be right past mile marker 3. We are at mile marker 2. So we got a little over a mile to go before we get to the road. All uphill. God, I love this. See you at the top. Just taking a break and letting nature sing to me. Well guys, we have crossed the road, leaving the park and entering the forest. If you can read that or not, get a little closer. So I decided to stop, take a break before we head into the forest, strip some of these layers off, unzip these pants. I'm sweating like a pig. But it's been a good trip. So much better than the last time. Having that new pack and everything. Took a couple of Aleve and some of those Metalite tabs before I headed on the trail, so I'm not feeling dehydrated at all. My legs aren't cramping. I feel great. So we're gonna take a little break here. Got my map. Do not proceed without a map or you will get lost. Strip some layers off and head on down the trail. We are now going to be heading to the top of Mount Olive, following the blue blazes. See you at the top of Mount Olive. Alright, we're back on the trail. I checked the radar on my phone. So far, everything's splitting around me. Hopefully I can make it, get camp set up before it rains. I'll be able to check it one more time when I get to the top of Mount Olive, and then that'll be it. Once I descend down into Quail Valley, I won't get phone signal again till probably tomorrow. But like I said, as long as I can get camp set up where I can get in the tent if it starts raining, I'm good. They're not calling for any flash floods, so I'm not worried about sleeping by the creek. Those creeks can handle quite a bit of rain, and they're down right now, so it won't be a problem. If you noticed in my last video when I talked about my walking stick, I said that Shane had tried to get me to replace it. I wasn't having it. Well, I didn't know he was going to buy me one. This is the Cold Steel Big Bore blowgun, and to make it handier for me, I tied a lanyard onto it and then wrapped this in Wilson wrap so I can actually get a grip on it. So now if I come up on any snakes and they won't leave me alone, I feel sorry for them. But anyway, the rain's holding off. That's good. I'll see you. Oh, there is a beautiful spring at the top in a ravine just off of Mount Olive. It's where I got water last time. I'll probably get water there again today if there is water there. There's not as much as there was last time I was down here. Last time I was down here, there was just spring after spring, and I call them springs. They were just runoff from all the rain they had had. Now, I mean, the trail's mud, as you can see. But we just keep following the blue blazes all the way to the top of Mount Olive. See you there. Just look at this. We are out in the middle of nowhere. Just me and the woods and the birds and the trees and the rocks. Living the wood life. Sometimes I like to just stop, be real quiet, to see what I can hear. There's a woodpecker off in that direction. Hope you can hear it. This is what it's all about right here. See you in a little bit. If I can keep from falling, I thought I'd share part of this trail with you guys. Topped Mount Olive already. Been heading downhill for, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or so. And it's all just like this. Just rocks and rocks and rocks. I'm having to watch. Make sure you don't step wrong. Twist your ankle. Some of these rocks are pretty slick, like that one right there. We should be, and I believe we are, real close to the first overlook, but If I remember right from last year, you know, the trees are all grown up. You can only see so much. Well, these rocks are just treacherous. Yeah, the BHT goes down from here. And if you continue on, there's an overlook. I think we'll go there and take a break. And I want to see something real quick. When I was here last year, and if you watched my channel intro video, the one that, you know, at the top of my YouTube page, the part where you see me filling up the Sawyer bags, that was down there. And that water was moving a lot faster than it appears to be now. I do see some water down there, and I hear a little bit. And if so, we might fill up one of our bags, one of my bags. But first, we're going to go check out this overlook. Now, I think what this is connects to a horse trail. We're making good time, so. And we're still ahead of the rain. Oh, pretty. Look at that. Should focus in on it. Pretty flowers. All right. Let's continue on up here and see what we can see. I wonder what this trail would be like, you know, like really early spring, late fall, when you actually, the overlooks might be able to show you something. But we'll see. I don't think it was all that far. I'll get back with you when we get there. This isn't the overlook, but I found this bluff. There's clouds trying to stay away from. You can see, and I'm not going to get too close to the edge because it's very wet. It's a long ways down there. Oh, it's so quiet out here, except for the animals. All right, let's keep going to that vista. Well, like I said, trees are so tall you can't see a whole lot, but that ridge over there, and what that goes down into that we can't see is Blackburn Valley. I sat right here last year and had lunch. Of course, you know, we got the growth from over a year, so can't see as well. Let's go down here and see if we can get a better view at all or not. Probably not. Oh yeah, a little better view. I think that'll make a really pretty panoramic picture, which I'll do when I get done filming. And way down there is where we'll be in a little bit. We are out in the middle of the Boston Mountains, people. All right. Well, it looks like we got some rain coming in. I can't tell. I can't get a signal on my phone to get the radar to load. So we're gonna head down into this ravine and see about maybe filling the water bottles up, putting the pack cover on, keep the important stuff dry. Yeah, this thing was just, yeah, here comes the rain. Just sprinkles though. This thing was just a rolling last year. You hear me grunting? Yeah, this thing was just roaring last year. I don't even know if I can get a water bottle filled up. I'm not hurting, and I'm not but a couple of miles from the creek. But it was going so, oh, that's slick. It was going so hard last year. I filled my water bottle up quick. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it this time. I still have some in each one of my bottles on the pack, and another bottle in my pack. So we're not gonna worry about it. See you later.